and I stepped off of one of them. By the way, there was a huge crowd. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever been.
Oh.
Huge crowd, and there were like some people doing like a protest behind us. So it was really awkward. So I stepped down one curb, and then we got like the don't walk sign. And then by the time it changed, I forgot there was another. And I like stepped as if the ground was straight, and it wasn't. My foot just hurts talking about this. Just the way I stepped, and I tripped, and I tore all the ligaments in my foot and fractured my 5th metatarsal. So nothing actually broke. Everything just kind of like snapped.
Nothing broke. It just all just got absolutely tore apart.
I tried to stand up, and my foot felt like it was on fire, and I was like, nope, can't do that. So I like pivoted and crawled back onto the sidewalk, and my friends were like, what the fuck?
All right. Attention, testing, 1 2 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're lurking, we're back. Welcome. If you have stuck around, if you're just now tuning in, welcome to Nate at Night, 4-segment show. Can't hear me? Yeah. Oh, on the stream end? Oh, okay. That's on you, Audible. I can't. No, you can. Oh, just mean. Okay, so I'm just never. You guys give me so many more opportunities and chances to just not ever trust you ever again. Ass. Anyways, guys, welcome to Nate at Night. We are now in the Unfiltered section of the show. We're sitting down with SJ here, or as some of you know her as Oath. And we're just gonna chill out and talk about her and Halo and maybe some Guitar Hero 3. We'll see if we get there. But anyways, if you oh yeah, I forgot to mention if you would like to have your camera on, you for sure can, but it is not required.
Let me see.
If, of course, my thing is set up correctly. Let me actually just double check it. Discord. Ooh. Stream party. Cool. Okay. Perfect. Cool.
Hey, guys.
All right. Hello. How you doing? How was the playdate?
Huh?
The Grassroots playdate?
It was fun. They are always so chaotic, but that one was really fun with Kelly and Taquin's good group.
Was it just a team, or is it like a 4v4 or
4v4? Yeah.
Oh, okay, easy. Cool. Okay. So first question I ask everyone for the most part: who are you? Which is maybe even a question you have to ask yourself, which is I get it, early 20s. But who is OathxX024? How did you come up with the name, and when?
Gonna have an existential crisis.
Right here. Go for it. I mean, it's a safe space.
This story is probably gonna be super boring. The gamer tag, I don't even know. It was originally my brother's gamer tag. He stopped playing Xbox around the time that I started, and I just took his gamer tag, and I asked him years ago, like, where did it come from? He was like, I don't know, Microsoft made it up. So it just stuck. There's everyone always asks, like, oh, what does it mean, like oath? And I'm like, no, there's nothing cool. There's just, it's random.
There's nothing. There's no significance. It's just there.
Microsoft did this, and now I'm attached to it. So
they hold the keys to my future. Oh yeah, I mean, to a degree. Cool. So how long ago was that?
That I started gaming?
Yeah, when your brother just kind of said, I guess stopped.
I was around like 12 years old. So
oh, jeez. Yeah.
12 years ago.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. Back in the Halo 3 days.
So, started gaming at 12. I already know this answer, but how long have you been on Twitch or just the internet in general? I mean, I know some people got on and like, oh, I didn't get on social media till like high school, and some people are like, I've been on there since like 6th grade, or I got Snapchat in 4th grade. But like, how long have you at least either been on the internet or Twitch in general?
It was probably late to the game. My first social media was Facebook, and I didn't even get that until I was like 13 or 14 because my best friend like moved across the country, so we got a Facebook finally. But on Twitch since 2016, sometime in 2016. I started streaming, and before that, I like never ever used Twitch.
I
I
so you just jumped straight in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, yeah, let's just do it.
Right away.
Do you know who first introduced you to it, or did you find it yourself?
So, he was like one of my best friends in high school, and then we ended up dating for a while my freshman year of college.
Oh.
But he was like obsessed with Super Smash Bros, and he watched like Smash streams all the time. So one day while we were still in high school, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you like a Twitch overlay." And I had no intention of streaming at the time, but like he just wanted to do it.
Just
so
like a little creative expression.
Yeah, and then like 3 years later, after we had like broken up and like everything, I was like, I'm gonna start streaming, and I used that overlay. So yeah, I guess he introduced me to Twitch.
I know exactly what overlay you're talking about. We'll get to that later. So okay, cool. So you've been streaming for 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, like
roughly?
5 years.
As a creator, I mean, I don't know. You maybe I'm assuming you probably do. You have goals. You have aspirations. Twitch isn't your main income though. It's side gig.
Yeah.
Would you like it to be, or would you prefer to keep it on the side?
For sure. I think a lot, like probably most people who stream do it because they eventually would like it to be their full time. But yeah, it's not my main income. It just does not pay the bills and is not consistent, as you probably know.
Nope. Nope.
But yeah, I mean, that's why like the people who do it for a long time have to love it, because it's not. It takes a lot to get to that level.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
yeah, no, it's I just love doing it, so I've just been doing it for ages. But I have a full-time job, and then I just make it work.
Just kind of, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's always possible. It's just those who are willing to make it work and make it happen. It's definitely takes a lot of. It can take a lot of yourself, depending on how far you put into it. But yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So you're on your way to Twitch partnership, like right there.
Working on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you send in that first application and they're like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Come on, come on."
Second one, nope. I'm
Get
like, all right, third
real.
one, I'm gonna get you.
Number 6, give it up for application number 6, please, guys.
That's how it always is, though. Like my Twitch dad, he I think applied like 10 times before he got partnered. I know Nick applied like 5 or 6 times. You just have to like maintain your numbers and fucking every time you get the chance apply and pester them until they give in.
Hey, come on, give me the badge.
This
Give me the badge.
time.
I want to feel important no matter what Twitch stream I am in. Come on.
Please, God, just verify me.
I need the validation because nobody else is giving it to me. Oy, oy, oy. You've also achieved Grassroots from Halo, like their little partnership program, which is
That was a surprise.
very coveted thing. How did it make you feel? Like, how are you, like, what was your mindset when that happened?
I mean, let's see. They opened applications. I wasn't even gonna apply because I was like, oh, I'm not big enough. But Nick was like, just apply anyway. So I applied, but I was like, I'm not gonna get in. But I
Zero
just
confidence.
started. I always like, that's what I always do. I'm like, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm either not gonna tell anyone about it or gonna just say that it's not gonna happen so that if it doesn't, no one's like, ha, you friggin' idiot.
Shit. Shit.
So I applied. No intention of getting in. But I was like working at it anyway. I just like kept it on the low. And then I think around the time they didn't say when they were gonna pick the winners.
Congratulations,
The
you won.
But I got a message from, I think Lalo or Tashi, being like, hey, we're like gonna record like an interview with a bunch of streamers for Infinite. Like, do you have time on Thursday? And I was like, great. Like, so I'll do that. But this is probably their gentle way of being like, you didn't get in, but we'll interview you.
We're gonna bring you on for this interview, ask you a few questions, and say, hey.
Here's what they did though.
Gotta put the confetti popper away. Just.
They do the interview, they ask me all these questions. They're like, all right, I think that's about it. We do have one more question. So like, what's it feel like to be like a Grassroots content creator? And I was like if I was in Grassroots? And they were like, no, like you are in Grassroots. And I was like, I am.
Can you double check the list, please?
It's like, for real?
Is there a typo?
So, they waited till like the last second. But yeah, no, that was crazy. I didn't expect it. And then I got in and I was like, professional.
Hell yes.
We did it, boys.
So I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, everyone's journey is different. You know, some people, I know people that are like, oh, I've been streaming for like less than a year, and they're, you know, they're like completely soaring off. Some people take years to hit that. Maybe not even like that, not exactly that peak, but just like that giant like push up. But
yeah.
With everything like, you know, Halo Infinite, etc., everything that's going on, do you have any other goals in mind at the moment, or do you have like a mindset that you have, or something that you're trying to achieve, or are you just kind of like taking it day by day?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point I've been streaming so long, and I mean, I feel like I'll never be satisfied. Like, no matter like what the numbers are, I'll be like, could be better, could be bigger.
Always, never ends.
But I mean, I'm hoping Infinite that it takes my stream up that next notch. I'm hoping to be partnered before that if possible. We're running out of time, but I'm trying.
Damn it, Twitch, come on.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping to, like, with Infinite, the boost that's gonna come with that. I'm expecting like a little bit of a dip at first because it'll be so saturated, but I'm hoping to take it to that point of like, okay, now I am like getting the opportunity for orgs and sponsors, and maybe now it's getting to that point where I can more seriously look at it full time, but that'll take a while. I'm expecting that to be like a far off thing.
Yep, it is a very difficult thing, especially with like sponsorships and those sort of things. Like I think like getting like affiliated and getting like, oh, use code this for this, like that's kind of more of like it's a spectrum of difficulty depending on like which company you go with, but like genuine brand deals and sponsorships, you gotta really go to go to somewhere, or they'll come to you and be like, hey, here's how I can help you, because at the end of the day it's all like
give and take.
They're all like, how can we use this creator to better output our product, and how is that going to be beneficial for us to invest is the correct word I'm looking for. But yeah,
I've had a few conversations with some different companies at this point, and it's like I'm at that awkward stage where I'm like at the cusp of like, hey, we'll pay you, but like not quite. Like they usually want like 100 and up for concurrent viewers, and I'm like just below it. So I'm like, so do you get paid? And they're like, I mean, you're almost there. And I'm like, close, one day.
Can everyone open up an extra Chrome tab, please? Just incognito, if maybe it can detect that.
Help a girl out.
Please. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I feel like we're getting to the point where Halo Infinite is steadily like everyone's like eyeing it and have their eyes on it. They're like, holy, this might be like a big, really good game. And I think it's definitely, I mean, every game has like a giant surge of new creators or people who are creators, and they're like, I'm gonna start making content on this game too. But I think those that are like genuinely dedicated and know.
Hi Dan.
Thank you for the raid of 14. Appreciate it, guys. Welcome in. Welcome to Night. We're currently in the Unfiltered section. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. You can just kick back, grab a drink, and relax. But I think those that will like truly who will prevail will absolutely have the opportunity to if they're smart about it. So you started streaming because you broke your foot. Yeah. So. With a curb, I believe.
All right, so I didn't break it. I just like destroyed everything else. So to try and not divest into too many details here.
Okay.
There's a downtown area on my college campus, and my friends and I were going to Panera Bread for lunch. And there's like a double curb at this crosswalk area, and I stepped off of one of them. By the way, there was a huge crowd. This is the most embarrassing thing it could have ever been. Oh. Huge crowd, and there were like some people doing like a protest behind us. So it was really awkward. So I stepped down one curb, and then we got like the don't walk sign. And then by the time it changed, I forgot there was another. And I like stepped as if the ground was straight, and it wasn't. My foot just hurts talking about this. Just the way I stepped, and I tripped, and I tore all the ligaments in my foot and fractured my 5th metatarsal. So nothing actually broke. Everything just kind of like snapped.
Nothing broke. It just all just got absolutely tore apart.
I tried to stand up and my foot felt like it was on fire, and I was like, nope, can't do that. So I like pivoted and crawled back onto the sidewalk, and my friends were like, what the fuck? And it scared everyone, and I like have social anxiety. It's like, no one look at me, I'm fine. And like the people who were protesting stopped, and the people crossing the road stopped, and everyone's like, are you okay? And I'm like, don't look at me.
Please stop.
So I hobbled to Panera. I'm like crying while eating like my macaroni or whatever. My friend's boyfriend was an EMT, so she's like familiar with a lot of like random injuries, and she's like, I feel like we should go to the hospital. And I was like, nah, it's fine. So I had 3 more classes that day. Keep in mind, Penn State is like a large campus, so I'm hobbling on this destroyed foot across campus. I got to my eco class late. I was like crying. My professor looked at me come in, and I was just like, I'm sorry. And he was like, okay. I finally get off of class. My friend helps me hobble to the health center, which is on the other side of campus. And I get in at 5:03, and it closed at 5. So I am up to the main desk. I'm like tearing up, and I'm like, I need to see a doctor. And she was like, we just closed. I was like, great. Okay. So they took me to like a emergency care. It was too late in the day for them to do anything. So they like took off my shoe because my foot was all swollen. And like, it was this whole thing. He was like, you look like you've had a long day. Yeah. So it was a lot of pain. They gave me a boot. I was on a boot. I lived on the 3rd floor of a building that didn't have ADA access. I had a spider monkey up the stairs for like 6 months. It was great. But yeah, so I had to quit my lifeguarding part-time job and quit all my club sports. I was doing Quidditch at the time.
Quidditch?
And then yeah.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Quidditch?
Sorry to cut your story. You were doing what?
Quidditch?
How does that work? Is that wait, that's...
They used to give you broomsticks, but then people were getting stabbed. So now they just use PVC pipes.
Sorry to the people who were being stabbed.
Basically, you have these like volleyballs and Quidditch rings set up on a football field.
Okay.
And you got to run around with these PVC pipes between your legs, and they have the different positions, and they have different roles, and like it's like dodgeball / handball with PVC pipes in between your legs the whole time.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
I just couldn't play it after like 2 weeks.
So you were only in there for like 2 weeks, and then your foot just destroyed.
Yeah. So I was playing a lot of Halo 5, and I had that overlay. So I was just like, you know what, frig it. Let's just see what happens.
It seems to be, yeah, exactly. That's the story I've heard from a lot of people where they're just like, let's see where this goes, and then they blink their eyes and like, wait a minute, what happened?
Suddenly, 5 years later, and I'm still doing this.
Regain conscious. Oh, whoa, holy shit. Okay, so obviously, you know, all that happened. You are here now. If this wouldn't have worked out, if Twitch, this sort of like side hustle that you're trying to make your main income, wouldn't have worked out, is there anything you would have tried for next? Is there anything you were kind of passionate about that you feel like you could have monetized or holds some sort of monetary value?
I don't know. Maybe if I didn't do Twitch, I would have eventually tried YouTube. I'm still trying to start a YouTube. It's just like, I have so much other shit going on. It's so hard to sit down and find the time to start that process. So it's in my brain. I just haven't sat down and done it. But yeah, maybe that. If I hadn't done Twitch, maybe I would have been like, all right, fine, I'll do YouTube.
Hardest part is the first step.
Yeah.
It's really
like,
easy
I don't know how to edit.
Yep.
I don't know anything.
Hesitation is what keeps a lot of people from making that first step.
Yeah.
But one day. So you're a gamer. We're all gamers. Oh my gosh. What was your first video game? And if it was Halo, what was your first Halo?
My first video game ever of any console?
Anything. If like the earliest you can remember where like you were like maybe 4 years old and you gained consciousness and you were playing something and you're like, wait, what?
Probably Tamagotchi, honestly.
Is that
counts?
Is that like the little...
It's the little like egg thing. It's like mobile gaming for like the 90s. The little egg, I had like a yellow and pink one. And you get this little pet, like digital pet creature that has like, first it's an egg, And then like after a few days it hatches and it has like 3 phases of life and you have to like clean its poop and feed it and play with it and stuff. And like if you left it alone for like 4 hours, it would die in a pile of poop.
How many hours?
Like, I don't know. I would like go to school and I wouldn't be able to play with it and I'd come home and it'd be dead.
A child.
It was rough, so. So I guess Tamagotchi technically.
That sounds like Nintendogs for what I played. Oh my gosh.
I'm too scared to face my Nintendogs. It's been years.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, same. I played with them a lot, and then I just never came home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I'm going out, guys. Yeah.
I remember all their faces.
Huh.
Halo didn't start until that like 12-ish. I saw my brother playing it, and then I wasn't allowed to play Xbox because it was like too violent. And then one day I was like, frig it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Welcome
and I snuck into my basement, played Halo 3, and I fell in love with Master Chief.
Oh my god. Oh my god, a masked character. Oh my god, I wonder what he looks like.
His voice is so deep. He's so tall. Love a man in Mjolnir.
Not Thor, move aside. Oy, oy, oy. So your brother basically introduced Halo to that. Who introduced you to the Tamagotchi? Was that just like the thing at the time and you were like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think my parents just probably gave it to me and my brother, and that's just how that happened. That was so long ago because like I had that when I was like 4 or something.
I would
I remember.
I'd hate to be a parent and my kid runs up to me crying and they're like, my Tamagotchi's dead, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I remember my
How
parents.
do I remedy this situation?
They're always like, yeah, you guys would have us like babysit your Tamagotchi while you were at school, because if we didn't, it would be dead and you'd cry.
Oh my gosh.
Throw back.
Howdy. What's up, cutie? Hi, guys. Oh, they're drifting. Oh, they are drifting. Cordy's about to drift for the next like 5 minutes. I don't know how he does it. But it's the same like length of message, but it just gets through all of Twitch's like, whoa, you're typing too fast. And he's not even VIP and he's making it through it. I had no idea how.
He's got like the proper timing down or something.
But it's all the same length of emotes, and it's so weird. I have no idea how he does it. Waze, all right, he's got it in with Twitch. Christ. Hi guys, hi Tarquin. Guys, welcome to Nate at Night. We're having a little sit down chat. If you want to chill out, go for it. Quirky State stopped to say Waze and it keeps going. Oi. So Twitch, video games, Halo. It's been 87 years since the last one. What are your thoughts on it? You've played it. We've had fun with it. You probably even have if you're lucky, you've made some of your best Halo memories on this tech preview that we've played so far. What are your thoughts on it? And the future of the franchise, if you have any.
I mean, I'm hyped. I like Halo. I've only really gotten into multiplayer more so in Halo 5, and because of streaming. But I mean, I got into Halo, and the reason I was such like an Xbox stan was because of the Halo campaign, like the story. So I'm just a little Master Chief simp, and that never left. So,
never died.
Basically, I play the game, I play the campaign, and then I'm like a little drug addict, and I'm like, I need to play it again. And I just play the multiplayer until the next campaign is out. And obviously, it's been a while, so.
Just a little bit. I mean, not too many years. No.
And then Halo 5, of course, which was like lackluster in the campaign. I'm like, I just want to play the campaign. I want to see what happens.
How did you feel about that? Considering you're a big campaign buff.
I mean, I feel like I'm a fairly easygoing Halo fan. I'm like, whatever the campaign is what it is. It's what it's meant to be. That's just how the story should be. I don't have any critiques. But there were less Master Chief missions.
Where's my goddamn John? For the love of God.
And it was not okay. So, I don't want the game split. It's a Master Chief story. Unless Master Chief goes away, please God, no. Then I just want a full Chief campaign. Unless, RB can have some missions, whatever. But yeah, Halo 5 just left me wanting more, and I didn't like how it went. So I'm hoping Infinite redeems itself story-wise, because that's like my biggest thing as a Halo fan. And then the multiplayer is something I just, for replay value, I love multiplayer. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Did you? I mean, obviously, you Halo 5 was like one of your firsts in terms of multiplayer. Having the opportunity to like replay all of them in, on PC with all of its revisions and refinements, etc. Is Halo 5 still one of your top ones, or has it kind of dropped down now that you've been able to experience everything else?
For multiplayer, yeah. Because I mean, Halo 3 will always be like, it was my first Halo, so that's always going to be like my nostalgic favorite. Yep. Like that was back when I didn't have any IRL friends that played Xbox. So like Halo 3 was my era of like meeting random people in matchmaking and then being friends with them and doing custom games like, Fat Kid, Smiro, the Sniper on Mongoose, Duck Hunt, all that shit with like random people from Xbox Live, all different ages.
Greatest days.
So nostalgic. And I was like cracked at Lone Wolf. I was really shit for a long time. And then I got really good at it.
Okay.
But yeah, Halo 3 will always be like my number one just because the campaign and the nostalgia factor. But Halo 5 multiplayer was the one that I got like the most competitive I've ever been in, and like the one that I built my stream on. And now I like Halo 4 because it's the newest PC one, so.
It's the one that feels the best on PC, yeah.
It's the one that doesn't give me brain damage, so.
Honestly. You play controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I played mouse and keyboard for like 6 months.
How was that?
And I was insane at like no-scoping and sniping and SWAT. But any close range battle, I was just like,
Put the mouse up on the monitor, like I need extra range here.
Elite controllers now.
Oh. Perfection, if only they lasted longer.
Yeah, I'm not too abusive to mine, but I've also only had it like 3 months, so.
Mine lasts fairly long, but some people are like, yeah, I'm on my 5th one and it's month number 4. It's like, what do you toss it at the wall every other game? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crikey. Yeah, no, those Halo 3 days, it's just, I think to a degree with particular games, there's still that feeling of like, especially in like, I don't know how much you've played of Valorant, if you have at all.
1 game, 2 games.
1 game, I ain't doing this shit.
I played 1 game, let's see, died right off spawn. 2nd game, ran around for 20 minutes, didn't see anyone, got to top 4 without coming into contact with anyone, and then died from someone camping. And I was like, all right, that's it, I hate it. So,
great
never
game,
played
right?
again.
10 out of 10. Oh, yeah,
Not a VR person.
Fair. But yeah, no, with, wait, did you say BR?
Not Battle Rifle. Battle Royale, yeah.
Valorant?
Isn't that a Battle Royale? Or they have 4v4 now, don't they?
No, it was never a Battle Royale. Do you think I'm talking about Apex?
Oh, probably.
I was like, Battle Royale? What now?
Just
okay.
kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say, how are you running around for 20 minutes without finding anyone in Valorant? That's nearly
Definitely
impossible.
Definitely was talking about Apex. I don't think I've ever played Valorant.
Okay. That makes more sense now. Okay. There's the line. But yeah, Valorant has in my experience, it's definitely got a way of bringing people together and meeting new people. It's got a way of really lowering your self-esteem if you're not careful with random people. But I think any video game at any time with an online connection had that ability. But yeah, it's sad to think that like I don't think we'll ever really be able to experience something like Halo 3 of just meeting someone in Lone Wolves, being able to talk to people in FFA on game chat, and actually being nice. I mean, like, let's go play some custom games. But
all right, to be fair, back in that day, totally different games chat climate. Those were like the best days and also the worst, because like I never used my mic for the longest time, because if I would talk, people would be like, the girl on Xbox, or they'd call me like a squeaker.
Oh, that was the worst.
Like, go make me a sandwich. And I'm like, I don't know how.
I'm only 12, please.
I'm 12, I don't cook.
I don't clean.
I'd be like, I'm a girl. They're like, sure you are, you little 5-year-old boy. And I was like, okay.
How am I gonna deal with this later?
Chaotic.
Oh man. So obviously with Halo games, there's like a million factors and elements that all come together to make it. And over the years, there have been particular elements and factors that have been tacked on, and people are now like, that is a staple. Can't take that out, like can't ship without it, etc. When you look at a Halo game, especially now, it's been 20 years. What do you look at, and what is like the most important thing to you? Where like, if someone would be like, if 343 were to bring you in and be like, all right, we chose you to tell us the number one thing that has to be there day one and has to be perfect. What is it? What aspect or feature or mechanic or element is like the number one?
For me personally, I'm like, you have to nail the campaign. If the campaign's shit, I'm disappointed. But realistically, they have to nail multiplayer, because that's what the masses are gonna focus on. So I think for Halo specifically, if they nail matchmaking, like they have different game modes, the game modes are fun, the matching is fair, the ranking is competitive and makes sense, good maps. Like if you nail matchmaking, then you're gonna have like a healthy community.
Absolutely.
Like, I'll bitch about campaign all day, but realistically, people aren't gonna replay the campaign for 6 years. So.
well, Donkey here would like to have a word with you. I don't know how many times he's played it, but I think he's in like the hundreds or thousands at this point. But no, yeah, you're definitely right there. It's I'm trying to keep my brain on straight here. Yeah, it's the if the base game isn't at the very least like fun or addictive in the sense of you wanting to play it over and over again, the likelihood of someone continuing to play it is very low, but like the likelihood of them finding like all the sub communities of Halo, Machinima clans, the photographers, the forgers, the custom gamers, even like the streaming communities, that chance is lowered significantly. Because like if you think about the biggest example I think about is like if Apex wasn't a fun game, when Snipedown started playing it, he wouldn't be where he is now, which is like one of the best Apex pro teams of all time, and he's killing it. They would have turned so many people away, and you just have to get the core down, and the rest will take their course. Favorite Halo memory? Could be on your own, could be with a group of people, could be with someone in particular, could have been just like the small little moment where you were able to at least kind of like sit back and be like, this is great.
Oh gosh, my brain goes to so many different moments, like Halo 3 days, Halo Reach days.
It's hard to pick one because
hard to pick a favorite.
It's definitely given us all a lot of great times.
I'll give you 2.
Okay, go for it.
So one, back in Halo 5, one of the things that was like a staple for my stream, which kind of died off when the Halo 5 population died off, which I hope to bring back in Infinite, was every Saturday, sometimes Saturday/Sunday, we would do SAS Squad social nights, which is like the whole stream was just me in the chat playing custom games, just like Chimera Labs and Escape the School, Mongoose Run, Duck Hunt, just all the customs in Halo 5, and it was just like a really good like community bonding thing.
Absolutely.
So that was super fun. And then, God, I probably have like a million Halo 3 moments, but me and my like group of friends from school in Halo Reach were super into Forge in Reach, and we would take to Forge World, and we would all like give each other like an hour to make like a fortress in Forge World. Like 6 of us.
Yes.
And we'd all like have a color, because you could colorize like your base and vehicles and stuff. So we'd do that, and then we'd like have like 1 or 2 other people with us, and we'd just like play like 3v3v3v3 or whatever with our bases, and it was like so fun.
So
it was great.
So happy Halo has the ability to do stuff like that. Just
that was great.
It's such like a it's like just the tip of the iceberg. Like you look at Halo and you're like, yes, and they're like people who have genuinely been like a part of the community. There's just so much more to it that you don't really see unless you're like really invested. Just being a part of like, you don't even have to be a part of a lot of sub communities. Any sub community will give you years of memories and treasures and friends that you'll carry on for a long time. But like custom games like that, it's just like even like just simple stuff of like not even having to do a whole lot, just like Yeah, like, let's go make some bases, and then let's battle
Kill
it out.
each other.
Yeah, let's kill each other. Absolutely.
It was so fun though back in the day.
So besides Halo, if it's not this, correct me if I'm wrong, but Guitar Hero 3, I don't know if that is your other one, but just that game in general, because that is also like my favorite Guitar Hero. I grew up playing that, love it. Favorite song to play on it. There's a lot of good ones, and a lot where as a kid you were like, I don't know what he's talking about, but this beat is great.
I feel like Monsters, because I got to the point with that song where I could close my eyes or not look at the stream, and I could play the first like 30 seconds or so without looking and like not miss. I knew that one so well, and I got so good at Guitar Hero.
Oy, oy, oy. It was a great game. It had so many good songs.
I still have my guitars and my 360, and I'm like, I need to download Clone Hero at some point to like relive the magic. Because for a while, like I would still break it out a couple years ago, and it would be like me and one other person on the Xbox Live for Guitar Hero 3.
Okay, there's one player online.
On loop.
Let's do it, you and me, baby. Christ.
Basically.
What was the highest like difficulty you could get to?
Expert. Cracked.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah. I literally like, I don't remember what difficulty got you the blue button, but my pinky, I have weird webbing where it's hard for me to use my pinky without moving this one. And so as a child as well, I was like, oh, there's this fourth button that's being introduced and it's faster. Not for me. Yeah.
To be fair, I played violin since 4th grade, and I was fairly expert at that as well. Not in 4th grade.
To help, just a little bit.
But I was like, I did that for a long time, and I was in like several different orchestras and like different difficulties. I was really good at it for a while, and I haven't played now in like 3 years. But yeah, there's a lot of shifting on the violin, so I feel like that helped a lot because I was like, oh, the blue button, 3rd position, easy.
No, I do this in my sleep. Yeah, right. Can I get an expert plus mode, please?
It definitely helped, but Through the Fire and the Flame still kicked my ass. It's a whole different animal.
It's a pain in the ass. My roommate AJ, he's got the largest room in the house, but he's got like little guitar holders, and he's got like 3 or 4 guitars, and they play in his room every now and again. We were playing the other day because he's got like an emulator on his computer and this giant TV with an HDMI cable. But yeah, that song is still a pain, absolute pain in the ass. I'm like, oh, you should try this song, and I'm like, and it's just all these notes just flying forward, and I'm like,
it's like even on hard, the first like 45 seconds of the song is like the green one, and then all the others moving, but still the green one. Yeah. And I'm like, how do you do that?
From the orange to the green, do I have to reach my thumb over? Should I use
like, do I have someone else strum, and I'll
just start whipping it back and forth, please. Have you ever seen that? I can't remember his name, but that one Guitar Hero like master, like one of like the best like Guitar Hero content creators. He's like stupidly good at it. And I can't remember his name. I don't know if anyone in chat knows it. But I think the first time I saw him on, I don't know where I saw it, it blew my mind that someone could be that good at Guitar Hero, whereas like a difficulty beyond anything I've ever seen.
I know who you're talking about.
A little bit, where he like,
I don't know his name, but I've seen videos of people like 100%ing like expert hyperspeed hack through the fire and the flames, 3 times speed. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep. That's how many times they've played it.
Well.
Oy. So besides that, I think obviously not everyone can, not everyone does. I think, like personally, I try to, because I think it's important to have something of your own. But do you have a game that you either haven't streamed or you don't want to stream because you want it to be like your game? Like, what is your favorite game to play off stream, whether it be alone, with someone, or with friends? And you maybe you just haven't had the opportunity to stream it, or maybe even thought about it, or you're like, I want this to be like my game where I don't have to worry about like talking to people, I don't have to worry about entertaining them. I can just be here and enjoy it.
I do that with a lot of games, to be honest. Like certain games will come out and I'll be like, all right, I'm not gonna stream it because like I just want to enjoy it. One of like my favorite games, and it's an oldie that I have played over and over again, since childhood that like it's actually really similar to Stardew Valley. Harvest Moon DS is like one of my favorite games of all time, and I always come back to it like every year at some point and like binge it. Like the same file I've had for years.
So it's just like an 8 something, or like even probably even more than that, your old file.
Yeah, and I have 2 copies of the game because sometimes the files glitch, so I do 2 saves on it, but I want like different lives. So like that game is one that like I can play for like hours and hours and hours, but like I'll never stream it. One, because like I don't know how you stream from a DS, but also it's just like I like to enjoy grindy games. Like I'll stream Minecraft, but like any survival crafting game besides Minecraft, I usually like to keep to myself.
Yep.
So I can just enjoy it and craft and take my time, not have to worry about like, oh, is this too slow for stream or something?
Yeah, or someone's like, why didn't you do this? And it's like, well, because I didn't know to do that.
You've been collecting logs for 6 hours, SJ.
You gonna do anything else? Hey, Josiah, why are you mining a tree with a pickaxe when your axe is right there?
Because I don't feel like switching buttons.
Yeah, as I'm that lazy to click one button. Christ. Have you ever streamed Minecraft?
Yeah, a few times. Usually yearly, around the winter time when you're all like nesting mode. Yeah. I'll open like a community Minecraft realm for like, it usually lasts for like 2 months, then everyone kind of filters out. But yeah, I stream it now and then, not too often.
Perfect.
Hey, Shyway. How you doing? Thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome. We're just having a little chat in the middle of the show. Where's my brain at? Oh yeah, the like yearly or bi-yearly binge of Minecraft where you're just like, all right, next 2 weeks, just Minecraft. Let's get everybody in here. We're getting the realm, we're getting the server, whatever it is. Let's do this. And then nobody talks about it ever again until the next year.
Yep.
Oh,
that
yeah,
and
really.
The Sims. The Sims 3 and 4, I can lose hours and hours and hours to for like, you know, however much time, and then I won't touch it for but like I won't stream that. But I'll fall into like a deep hole with it.
Yep, I had a friend who like only played The Sims, and I'd be like, "What do you do?" And she's like, "I'm watching Supernatural, and I'm playing The Sims." And I'm like, "Oh, so the same thing you've been doing for every
Pure
other
happiness.
day, all of it." But did you ever play? I've only ever played 2 Sims games, and they're not even on like the main line. I played The Sims on Facebook, so yikes, and then
Facebook.
I had this weird like it feels like a weird dream, but there was a lot of games I played when I had the Wii. Did you ever play the Sims games that was on the Wii where everyone had like rounded blocks for heads? Or like they were all like, it was kind of like a weird discount Minecraft. Minecraft wasn't really like a thing at the time.
Was it with the Mii's?
I don't think, no, it wasn't with the Mii's, but it was like Sims Wii game? Let me see if I can find it. My Sims.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I like am so weird with Sims. No, I never played that.
It was.
I never played SimCity, City Skyline, anything like that. But then like the Sims 2, 3, and 4, like I fuck with.
I think the 4th one wasn't that, I was like.
The 4th one was way different from the others.
Right, because that one was recent,
style.
wasn't it? Or was maybe not recent.
It's been out for like 5 years. But yeah,
recent.
It's the newest one.
So they haven't had a new. Hey, following in Halo's footsteps. Nice.
I've spent like $400 on that game and the expansion pack, just rebuying them because I lose them. So now I have most of them on Steam, and I'm disappointed in the amount of money I've spent on this stupid game. They made it more cartoony. And they eliminated a lot of flexibility that Sims 3 had. So I also rebought Sims 3.
Crikey. It's amazing how such a simple thing will just pull us in for hours and hours at a time.
I'll be playing it and I'm like, why don't I just go do real life things that I need to do instead of
real
being
life
a
simulator.
sim and doing real life things? And like, this is more fun.
That's what when I got Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch, I was like, oh my god, like
New Horizon.
Let's go. Like I haven't played Animal Crossing since like the DS,
GameCube
like
was the best.
2010 or 9. That was the first one, wasn't it? The GameCube one?
Maybe. That's the one I
Pretty
played.
sure that was the first one they ever did.
It was super fun. Me and my friend like would pull all-nighters occasionally just to like try and pay off our stupid mortgage.
Yeah, it was
Selling
GameCube.
Fish and peaches.
Look at this.
Oh my god, it's so nostalgic though. I love it so much.
Oh my gosh.
I have my GameCube still.
Yeah.
Purely for Animal Crossing and Sonic Adventure 2. Just for that.
GameCube was such a good console.
It was
just
great.
such
I
a,
loved
like,
it.
I don't know if it's nostalgia or like if it was genuinely just like such a cool thing. Its intro is easily one of the best. Yeah, I got it for the Switch and I was like, all right, let's relive some memories. And I was like, oh my god, this is just an IRL simulator. I'm obtaining debt, paying it off, and doing that over
pay your
and
bills
over
and
and
you
over
die.
and over again. Yeah, pay your bills, you fish, you say, hey neighbor, I don't want to talk right now, or you
And
do.
they get angry.
And they
and
get
they move
angry.
away.
And they move away. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah. Ah, it's crazy how that works. Oh yeah. Wild World was I think the one for the DS. Crikey.
That one too. It's the one that I'll play a lot, but probably never stream.
Ay,
Nostalgic, grindy
Ay.
games.
I mean, you when you had the time, you had the time. Crikey. So I have some throwbacks.
Okay.
And I will say, trying to find these was difficult but possible. So
kind of
throw something. I'll throw something up, and you can just basically tell me like what it is.
Oh boy.
So this was your first.
Well-
This was your first tweet, and it was
My first
it was,
tweet?
This was as far back as your tweets went.
Oh lord.
I unlocked the
Okay.
scroll wheel, and I was like, zoom. I was like,
Oh,
okay, let's see how
gosh.
far back we can go. And this was the first one. I think this was after a stream, and you were like, hey guys, thanks for the stream. This was
2016?
This was October 5th, 2016, so just over 5 years ago.
I remember that hair dye. Oh my gosh, that's with the old headset. That was probably, if that's 2016, that's sophomore year of college. I was still at a satellite, no. The satellite campus? I can't remember. No, maybe? Sophomore year. But oh my goch, such a baby face. I think I was 19, I think, or
Oh, man.
something.
Yeah, and you, do you know what month you started streaming? Because that was 2016. Was this like the same month?
I want to say October 2016 is when I started. I think somewhere around there.
This was just probably could have been like one of the first.
Yeah, and I had no idea how to use Twitter. I thought I like didn't understand Twitter at all back then. I didn't start using Twitter properly until a year ago even. I would tweet that I was live and nothing else. I had like I don't know, 400 followers up until last year.
What else is Twitter used for? I say that
Like,
I'm
I'm
live and
live.
that's it. Come on,
I am a
guys,
dip.
get in here.
That was it. Oh
Oy,
my
oy,
god.
oy. Okay. So here we have another one. I don't know if this was like your first setup, but this was the earliest one. You had just gotten a clutch gaming chair.
I was so proud of that setup too. Yeah, that's my little college apartment that I lived in for like 3.5, 4 years. I did not have a rig. I was streaming off of that laptop.
Oh, is it HDMI'd into the?
Yeah,
Into
you
the
can even see my
monitor.
little lightsaber
Yeah.
holder there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep.
Oh, I was like, legit. I was
have it over
staring at
there.
that like, what?
It just doesn't have the blade in it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have any lighting, so you can see a little Walmart lamp behind the laptop, and I was like, this is pristine lighting.
Majority of the lighting's being cut off by the.
Logitech Pro webcam.
Oh man.
My keyboard was on the side, and the other keyboard that actually worked was on the other side. It was a horrible setup.
So is this just an extension of this one?
An extension?
So did you have another computer or was it just a laptop?
I did, but it was
okay.
old, and it wasn't like connected to all these. I think, okay, so that monitor on the far left was connected to an old rig, and then the laptop was connected to that middle monitor.
Okay.
So I would like pull up chat on the left one, and then the game and bot would be on the laptop in the middle monitor.
Perfect.
Yeah. Old.
Oh, how far we've come.
And I had so many freaking posters on that wall. If you see any clips from back then, which only live on my Discord now, I think, it is just covered in gaming and movie posters, and it looks so chaotic.
Oh man, I was actually I saw this mouse and I was like, holy shit, I love this mouse, because that mouse right there was the first one that I ever got when I built my PC. It was like a nice like $16 one off of Amazon. I remember I got it and I was like, wow, this feels great. Like, it's contouring perfectly to my hands, but it was like the cheapest possible thing. Let me see here.
I didn't have a mic back then. I used the mic on the headset. It was like a $20 headset from Amazon. I was like, this is quality.
Actually,
Huh?
that's the same headset that I also had.
Koshin each G2000.
Same one. Yep. When I built the PC, I was like, all right, cheapest mouse, cheapest headset that lights up right now. Come on, Amazon.
Pretty sure I went on Amazon. I was like, gaming headset.
Amazon's choice. Let's go. Okay, so I would like you to explain this because it is confusing. But right after your first tweet of your selfie after your stream, there was like 7 or 8 tweets involving this meme, and I was like, what does this mean? So if you could explain this.
Yes. Okay, so I didn't make this, first of all.
Okay.
By a community member. So before I was adopted into the Halo community, because I kept to myself for a long time in streaming world.
Yeah.
I was adopted by Clash of Clans streamers. Which seems very random.
Ooh.
This is my Twitch dad, Scottoria. He still streams. He streams on his Scottoria channel, and he's also like the official streamer for the US Army now.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
he streams on the US Army channel, and then he streams on his channel. So I got adopted by like him and his community, like within like 4 to 6 months of ever streaming. And they were all Clash of Clans. That's why like my second overlay that I had done was like not good for Halo, because it was like made by an artist who makes them specifically for Clash streamers. So it was like way too chunky.
Oh, yeah.
But someone mentions RoboScoot. His mic would occasionally go like robo mode, which was like not intentional. It would make him sound like a glitchy robot. And to let him know, his chat would just spam that.
That's the worst feeling.
Yeah, so sometimes, you know, like how chat does, like people would troll him and like spam it, and he'd be like, what? Is it happening again?
There's just a fight between people like, no, it isn't. And like, yes, it is. And it's like, who should I believe?
Yeah, so
Get
that's
the
what
general
that is.
consensus. Oh, man. Because I saw there was like 7 different ones, and I was like,
The heck
RoboScoot? Like, they talk about the emote? I was like trying to figure out what does it mean? Okay. Last one. I was trying. I mean, obviously you've mentioned that like the oldest clips of your stream live in Discord. I did not know that. I was like, I went to Twitch and did you ever clear out your clips on Twitch?
Yeah, that's why they live on Discord now. And I deleted a lot without saving. Just because there were so many like normal ones on there that weren't that great, but all the ones that were like kind of memorable, I uploaded to the Discord. Now I don't have to worry about that because I've routed the music out. But yeah, I purged my clips and VODs like 2 or 3 times since the DMCA stuff. So
love it.
Yeah.
Well, I have like a 20-second compilation.
Oh no!
Of old SJ from what seems to be 2016 to like 2017-ish. So let's go ahead and watch this.
Oh, it's me! Oh god. Oh my god, my hair is so bright red.
I'm finna capture this motherfucking flag.
We have Nick in the
That's
background.
Nick. He sounds so young.
He really does.
Yeah, these are so
No one
old.
saw that, it's fine.
I think I was sick. I sound so nasally.
Well, you just spilled your drink, so anyway, but because I was
that overlay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the first.
That's
question.
not my first one. That one was made by the Clash of Clans guy.
Oh.
That's why it is so chunky.
Oh.
Mhm.
It's got like a halo. It's honestly, besides the Halo font, it's got
Well, I
that
asked
like
him to make it Halo themed.
yeah. It's got that like Halo 4 chunky vibe of like 2012 graphics where like everything's 3D and it's all love it.
Yeah, that was like it went from like my first stream setup overlay style, which was like just whatever I had, to being like, oh, it has to be over the top and customized. And now I'm like, keep it clean
Clean and
minimal.
simple.
Yeah, I would even do less than I have now, but I think LZ's made it, or not LZ, Will has made it like really like subtle at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, he does such a good job. Oh my god. I don't know
He's
how
great.
he does it. Man is so goated. As Kingdom Hearts would say, simple and clean.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I don't know if Nick is listening, but if so, Nick, you're welcome.
I think he might still be streaming.
Very possible. Okay. Cool. Last question. I ask everyone this so far. You're number 3. If you could travel back to a specific moment in your life, time, just to re-experience it, you can't change anything, and like nothing you do would alter it. You could just go back to experience it, because memories are memories, and they're only so good. And obviously, over time, those memories eventually break down, and we fill in the gaps of what we think happened. And we just kind of do our best. But something, a moment in your time, whether it's related to gaming or it's something else, something just to be there to re-experience it. Maybe now because you're older and you have a better way of like living in that moment than you were as a kid, and really truly appreciating what happened. But what would that be for you?
Maybe that's hard to say. Maybe go way back to being like very young, and just I don't have like a specific moment, but just like the days of like when my brother and I were really young, and we lived in a cul-de-sac, and all his friends lived in the neighborhood. My best friend lived in the neighborhood, and we'd all like go out, and like he'd be with his friends, I'd be with my friends. Sometimes we'd meet up to play like Ghost in the Graveyard or whatever, or Manhunt. And it was just kind of like, like it was like a little cul-de-sac that was like away from all the roads and stuff. So we'd all like play pretend and like make up imaginary whatever and play with the big kids, and like just those times. Those are like so nostalgic and nice.
Just freeing. No, not a care in the world.
It was weird too. I can think back to being like 4 years old and playing like with my little dinosaur toys or whatever.
Yep.
And being like, I swear to God, I've had anxiety my whole life. 4 years old and being like, oh, something's wrong, I need to do something, and then I would be sitting there, which is like oddly logical for a 4-year-old, but be like, do I have any responsibilities right now? No. Okay, I have absolutely nothing to worry about right now. I'll just keep playing. And now I'm like, there's always something.
Always.
God, I miss that.
Yeah. I'm so sorry you had to like worry about that as a kid. Like,
I don't even know how that started.
am I preparing for the worst? Oh, you're
Like, should I be doing something right now? No, I'm 4.
your older self is feeling the waves of your That's horrible. Should I be doing something? Did I take out I can't take out the trash. It's the trash can is as tall as I am.
Big enough.
I can't even reach.
Like, I can't even make dinner. I don't know.
Oh.
Throwback.
The only thing you had to worry about was just being home on time. As soon as it started getting dark, at least I don't know what your parents were like, but sometimes.
I couldn't go out like that at 4, but
No, probably not. Where's that straight? Oh, she's just down the street. Maybe
the
pitch
toddler,
black out.
She's outside by herself.
Probably playing in some mud somewhere. I don't know. She brought her
Eating
dinosaurs.
strange objects, probably.
She doesn't quite know yet. That was how we lived back then. Oh man, cool. Well, that's all I have for you. Anything else you'd like to say? To me,
No.
to Halo, to anyone else that's listening.
I have a question for you. I don't know if you posted about it. Are you going to Raleigh?
I am.
You are?
Mhm.
Well, hype. Yeah, you did mention that in one of your past.
Yeah, you were like, hey, save your first shot. I'm gonna buy you a shot of
Yes.
tequila. And I was like, say less.
Perfect. Well, there we
Tequila,
go.
I think, is like one of the only alcohols that I've not had. Is that what you're drinking? Oh, you said you said margarita,
yeah.
right?
Margarita,
Yeah.
so. Yep.
Yeah.
Silver tequila. Don't bother with gold, it's bad. So,
Silver
well, we'll get you
tequila.
sorted.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, even the alcohols that I do like, people are like, oh, have you tried this? And I'm like, wait, it's not all the same? What?
No, there's silver tequila and then there's gold tequila, and gold tequila tastes weird and dirty, and silver is like the smooth one, so.
It just kind of seems like it. Even when you look at gold and silver together, like if you were to consume
Well,
that.
gold is like nice and clear, and then, or silver is nice and clear, and then gold is like brown.
Orange brown.
Like,
Not a
tequila
fun
shouldn't be
color.
like that. Mm-mm.
Wait, you've given me tequila, Adam? Oh, well, I don't remember it. Sorry, maybe I have.
You
had
can't
tequila.
remember, so I will do it again.
Boom. I'll actually know. I don't know. I've been out and I've been handed drinks where I'm like, what is this? And they're like, just drink it. And I'm like, okay.
You
all
won't
right.
remember.
Well, this tastes great. Yeah, I wish I would have, but hell yeah. Now I'm excited. It's gonna be so much fun. Man, oh man.
Yeah. I'm excited to meet so many of our, like, Halo friends there.
When was the have you been to a Halo event yet?
I've never been to an HCS event.
Hell yes. Same.
first
I
one.
was this close to going to the 2019 November one, but I had to shoot a wedding,
Rip.
so I didn't get to. I think that was it February or was it that November one? No, I think it was a November one where Ace, Boobadooboo, Spartan, and I don't remember the other person's name. I think they won the Halo Reach. Yeah, it was the Halo Reach PC one.
I
Yeah.
can't remember now.
Pretty sure that
It was
was.
so long ago.
It was. Yeah, honestly, it's been almost two years. Crikey. Cool.
So, yeah, I'll see you there.
That'll be fun.
And anyone else, anyone in the chat who's going?
Yeah, I think I'm staying in an Airbnb with, I think Thomas will be there, Taquin, Jack. It's gonna be fun.
Oh,
Excited.
yeah.
Excited.
Nick and I just booked the Marriott right next to the venue.
Oh, easy walk. Hell yeah.
So, easy clap.
No
So that'll be good.
Ubers there, unfortunately.
Hmm?
No Ubers needed. Or is,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't know how far the airport is, but walking there will be easy. It's a pain in the ass when you're like far from the venue.
I'm just wondering what like the atmosphere of North Carolina is like, because when I got to Halo Outpost Discovery in Houston, like when I moved from Colorado to Nebraska, or like when I first visited, my mom was like, stick your hand out the window. And I was like, what? Why is it sticky?
Why?
And she's like, that's humidity. And I was like, what the fuck is humidity?
What state do you live in?
Nebraska. I live in Omaha.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the weather's like over there, but yeah, I live in Georgia. And
There's a surprising amount of Halo creators that live here or near me.
Perfect.
Like Legendary 117 is here.
is it nice there?
Oh, hello. Yeah. Speaking from James here visited. He was from LA. He visited here. He loved it here. He was like, "Why is the grass so tall?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oi, oi, oi. What's up, Nick? Hello, cuties.
Perfect.
Soviet Senora, thank you for the follows. Hope you guys had a good stream. We're just wrapping up. We're
Cool.
talking about Raleigh at the moment, or however you're supposed to say it. I've had like
Raleigh.
3 different people give me different pronunciations. They're like, it's Raleigh, it's Rowley, it's Rowley, and it's like, why couldn't you just pick an easier name for
How do you
your
say
city?
it?
Raleigh,
been saying it?
Raleigh,
Raleigh?
it's Raleigh.
That's fine.
Thomas is saying Raleigh, Raleigh,
Raleigh?
It's Raleigh,
I'd say Raleigh.
Raleigh. There it is. That's 17 different pronunciations. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, but like when I walked out of the Houston airport, I was hit with like a wave of humidity, and I was like, oh wow, I hate it here. I was like, it was like if you like, you know, like when you step out of the shower and it's like super humid
I
in the
know.
air, and then you like, it's like that, but constantly. But like,
I grew up
Worse.
in New Jersey where
Oh.
it's like it gets hot and it gets cold, but it's dry. And now I live in, it's my second year in Atlanta. It's mid-October. It was 82 degrees today, 90% humidity.
yes,
I walk outside and I have pneumonia apparently.
yes, hell yes.
So,
But I'm
I
curious
hate
to walk out of the airport and see what that environment's like. But
I think is it North Carolina?
yep.
North
Yeah.
Carolina, I think, has like nice, stable, good weather. I think.
Low air
I hope.
pollution. I don't know.
We'll
John,
see.
my editor lives there. I guess I could always have just been like, hey, John, what is it like to live there? But Raul, he's saying the pronunciation. Raul.
Raleigh.
I'm just gonna call it Raw. We're going to Raw, North Carolina. Stick with that. All right. I'm not gonna take any more of your time, guys. It's 9:30. Again, everyone from Ubernick's stream, welcome. This is Nate at Night. We're just wrapping up the second segment. We just had a nice, wonderful chat with SJ here. If you don't know SJ, streams over at OathxX024 Twitch. Same on Twitter, or are there underscores involved?
There's an underscore, I think, on Twitter.
Don't know how it
Probably.
works. I don't know how that.
I'll ditch the numbers
Who
eventually.
has-
The 04 is there on accident.
Who does?
Some random person has OathxX. They're not even active. If I look at my whispers, I have messages to them in like 2017 and
Yep.
like 2019 where
Yep.
I'm like, hey, if you're not active, could I like have your account? And
Please. I think eventually
they never
Twitter
answered
might
me.
let you, but it's so weird. Every company's different on whether or not they'll give you an inactive username.
that's part of the reason I like want to get partnered so bad is because I know once you get partnered, they'll help you a lot more with that. Because like before, if I've emailed Twitch before and been like, this account has been inactive for 5 years. They have 3 followers. It's never changed. They're never active. Like,
Oh, wait,
can
just
I
the raw oath?
just OathxX. And I'm like, can I get that account, please? And they're like, sorry, we can't do that. It has to be like, it's been
like
inactive.
15 years until it's
They say they did that one round where they like recycled accounts that weren't active for 6 months, but they did that once and they haven't done it since. So I think
yeah.
they helped Jen after she got partnered. So
Right, I
maybe
did see that. Yeah, she went
Yeah.
from Lady Echidna to just Echidna.
Echidna.
I was
Yeah.
like-
so
I was
I'm
like,
hoping
damn.
I'll get partnered because I think Oath is like an active streaming channel, but like OathxX is my gamer tag anyway. So I'm like, all right, give me that,
Well,
and we'll be good.
it seemed to be a PUBG stream with 2.6 thousand followers, but now it is vacant. The bio is ... Oh, they had sponsors. Four Loco, Grubhub. They had like
What
4 or 5
happened?
sponsors. I don't know. They died.
Oath, what happened?
They had a website. Oh, it was an esports organization.
Oh, they go under?
They have 5 partners. I don't know what they're doing, but they ain't using their Twitch channel anymore. Rest in peace.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm coming for OathxX eventually.
3
One of
followers.
these days.
3 followers.
I have ZMs from me being like, are you active or not? And from years ago, several times, and no answer.
No
so-
bio. I was wondering, like, someone makes that account and just never touches it again, and it's like worst timing.
Yeah.
That particular
so
word with 2 X's. Thanks, guy.
Eventually.
Okay.
Eventually I'll get it back. Or I'll get it. So
It was weird. nadegod was taken on Instagram and Twitter, but it wasn't taken on Twitch. But the nadegod was taken on Twitch, so
well, at
way
least
too
you got
lucky
the
there.
more OG name, so
way too lucky. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Hope you had fun. Thank you for talking with me and taking some time out of your very busy full-time schedule streaming.
All
Now you have a
good.
freaking puppy. How are they? Are
it is his bedtime, so
Oh.
he's asleep,
Fair,
hopefully.
fair, fair. Oh, normal sleeping schedule for your dog.
Yeah, the first month was really chaotic, but now he goes in his crate for the night around like 9-ish. And he is good about sleeping in there now, but then of course at like 7 a.m. on the dot, he's like screeching and like, take me out. So
Please.
sleeping in doesn't happen anymore.
It takes a bit. When we had our dog here, it was a bit until they adjusted because he had hella separation anxiety and like
He was like that too.
chewed a door and ripped up carpet and broke out of the massive kennel like 15 times. Yeah.
Gosh, that's terrifying.
It takes a while for them to grow up, but in time.
He's a baby, so he's learning.
All right, cool. Guys, we'll be back with Night Vibe after we get everything situated and set up. But halfway through the show, thanks for listening if you are here. Hope you enjoyed. If you are a community member of SJ and maybe you learned something new about her, there you go. Yeah, badoosh. Yeah, SJ, thank you. Appreciate you.
It was fun. I love these.
Cool. All right. We will be segundo momento.